Hi everybody, it's Attorney Brooke Goff, doing our bacon sip on Wednesday. I hopefully don't look like a whale today. I tried to do better with picking out my clothes because I felt like last week I looked humongous in the outfit I was on with the camera, so that's good. This week we're making maple bacon cookies. Most of you probably never tried these. I made these a long time ago, and then it's kind of an acquired taste, so not a ton of people request them. They like my s'mores cookies, so that's the big request I get all the time. I'm a minute late. My apologies. I was actually preparing as I had a conference call go a little late. Wine of the day is Phantom, right? So it's a great bottle. It's a little like oaky taste. It's good. And obviously one of the viewers for the show will get a bottle of the wine sent over to them. So again, Phantom, here it is. Great bottle. I think this is like a $20 to $25 bottle, if I had to guess, I think. I can look it up and see. It's got really good reviews, ratings. A good place to get wine, guys, if you're into wine, to be totally honest, is Costco. Let me just tell you why. Not because of the price, although you can get a vat of it for, probably maybe $5 or $6 less than if you just poured 9 bottles of wine in one container. But Costco's good because they actually they have a good wine section usually in the middle of the store, and they post the ratings of the wines. So for instance, you have Phantom, right? This one, if I remember correctly, I only buy usually 9.2s and up, 92s, I guess you'd say, and up. I think this was a 95 and it got a couple of awards. But again, great bottle. I recommend this one, and one of you guys watching for the duration of the show will get it. So maple bacon cookies, some prep has to go into these guys, okay? So first, oven's on 375. Why? I'm not gonna set it when I'm done making them in front of you guys. I also, a couple of you guys are so funny. So a couple of you guys, when you watch the show, you send me messages about the mixer, because unfortunately my mixer, it's a KitchenAid, it's great, but it makes noise and it drives me crazy, and I am not a handy person when it comes to fixing things. So I ordered a new one. So I got a Pro. It's going to be here. It's on back order. Again, Costco, right? Guys, it was on sale for $250, which is like half of where it is anybody else. Look it up. KitchenAid Pro. You'll find it at Bed Bath & Beyond for $500. And then people say, oh, well, they upped the price at Bed Bath & Beyond so you can use the coupon, but you can't use the coupon on this one, guys. So they're just being ridiculous. So Costco was $250. I'm not sure if it still is, but I ordered it in the silver color I wanted. It comes with all the accoutrements, and it's like this tall. Fantastic. 6 quarts, is a little bigger, and I will make sure it's in all of my shots. Cool. So for today, you're going to hear the noise. My apologies again. We'll be recycling this bad boy out, and you'll have a new one soon. Maple bacon cookies take a little prep. Let me tell you a little bit about the prep that they take. One is you have to take, 5 pieces, 6 pieces of bacon, depending on how much bacon you want in them, which is your choice. And you have to put it at 375 to 400 degrees. I usually do 400. You have to take a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and you want to take the brown sugar and you want to coat the bacon. Put the bacon on foil. It's gonna stick, yes. Put the bacon on foil. Put it in just a baking sheet in the oven at the 400 degrees. Bake it for maybe 15, 20 minutes, closer to 20. Do not burn it. You want it to look like this, well, in strips, but like this. Let it cool off, and then you're gonna cut it up. You're gonna cut it after it's been done for, I don't know, maybe an hour. So let it get cool, and then it gets a little crispy where you can, and it helps you when you're going through and trying to cut it up and make it in the nice pieces. You don't want to cut it in miniature pieces. Don't use a food processor. You will get pureed bacon, okay? Some people do that because the candy, it almost becomes candy bacon. The brown sugar from the bacon, if you put it in a food processor with the bacon, it's actually gonna like come out and it's gonna be like puree. It's not gonna be very good. All right, so make sure it looks somewhat like this. I would say like if you like crispy bacon, but not burnt bacon. Again, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna use 6 pieces of it, and you're gonna take it out and then cut it all up. Fine, good. You're gonna have your wine, and then you're gonna sit down and get to business. So first, soften the butter. Remember last week we talked about how I soften the butter. Today I remembered, and actually I didn't really remember. That's totally not true. I actually took out 2 extra sticks for cookies I made yesterday, and so I had it out anyways. But to soften butter, if you're planning to soften butter for a recipe, take it, put it in a bowl like this, something that is, not super it's not going to basically break, or it's pretty sturdy. These are from Crate and Barrel. Everybody likes my bowls, but this is what these are from. And you're going to put it on a radiator, and that's heated, and you're just going to leave it there for like an hour. Put it in the sun. You can put it in a window. I always put it on the radiator because the heat goes on and off, and I have a home like that. But in the summer, you're not going to do that, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the sun, in the window. It will be melted, softened within an hour. All right. If it's a warm day, don't put it outside. It does the opposite effect. You have melted butter. You got to put it inside because you're getting your room temperature inside, and it's meshing with the outside. I'm seeing, Doreen, you can't see anything. I don't know why. I'm not seeing anybody else complain. Is anybody else having an issue seeing me or listening to me or anything like that? Anybody? Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down. Can you do that on here? Okay. All right. Let's talk about, so now that we've had our butter softened, right? This is the thing. I am in denominations of half a cup or a cup. I'm like that because I like butter in my cookies, right? So this one's supposed to be 3/4 of a cup of butter, okay? Now, that doesn't exist in my world. However, you need to for these cookies because the bacon adds the grease component, all right? So this is what you need to do. You need to take your butter, and then let's say you have 2 sticks like this, and then you're going to cut it, and instead of it being 1.5 sticks, you're going to do 1 3/4 and use that. Why? Because you always want to up the butter on recipes, just not too much on this one, all right? So you're going to take your stick and 3/4. Trust me when I say don't use 2 because it won't be right. Stick and 3/4. You're going to put it in your blender, and then you're going to put your brown sugar. You're going to do, not counting the 1/3 of a cup I told you before, right? Where we're putting it all on the bacon, and that's already been done, right? For hours. We're going to take an extra 1 3/4 cup of light brown sugar, not dark, guys. Dark brown sugar it's not going to set well on this recipe. So sometimes what happens is, so in specific situations, I'll read, when I'm baking anyways, especially recipes like this, I will read, okay, well, did this go right for somebody, or did this go right, did this go right? People have talked about mixing fats and bacon and stuff with dark brown sugar, and apparently it becomes like a paste. You don't want that. So light brown sugar, okay? So you're going to throw your 1 3/4 cup of light brown sugar and your 3/4 cup of butter. So 1 3/4 sticks, okay? Again, that's supposed to be 1.5, but we're using 1 3/4 because we always round up. You're going to let that go for 4 minutes. All right? Not a huge high. I usually put it at number 2. Again, not 2 minutes, not 5 minutes, 3 minutes, okay? 4 minutes. Why? You want it 4 minutes, 4, because you want to really get it so it's almost like a fluffy consistency. You want it fluffy. You want it to bind, you want it to stick together nice, and you're going to see why when the cookies come out of the oven. And these cookies only bake for 10 to 12 minutes. That's where we'll use that time and talk about what's going on, the law of verdicts and all that other good stuff. But for now, remember, again, guys, 4 minutes. I always say you have to do it for the full amount of time, okay? Don't shorten it. If it looks done, it's not. Trust me, you want it to be super fluffy, especially you're messing with bacon fat. You have to make sure that this is down. So when this is going on, after this is done, you're gonna add salt. Salt, I reposted the recipe before, but the salt on this is a 1/2 teaspoon. Now the recipe we posted, guys, I need to make sure this is clear. That does not take into account the 1/3 a cup of the brown sugar that you're putting on the bacon prior, okay? It doesn't take it into account. So understand that 1/3 is in addition to anything on here. Think of preparing the bacon as a separate recipe, which is instruction number 1. And the ingredients for this exact recipe are exactly listed above, okay? So we're gonna beat it together, and this is what you're gonna need. And I always measure stuff out ahead of time because it's a pain in the butt when I don't, and it drives me crazy. So after this beats together a little bit, we're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. You guys know I'm serious about salt after last week. I use coarse kosher salt, always. I don't like iodized salt. I just don't like it. I don't know, I don't like the taste of it. I feel like you can't really even taste it, and when you do, it's a little bitter. But this is the iodized salt, and it's coarse. I love coarse salts because they keep their consistency in the cookie, and they taste amazing. Just I'm letting you know, like, coarse salts are the best. You can actually taste it when you're eating the cookie, and you might get a crystal. Now I know you're getting salt, but you're like, wow, that was a good bite. It's because you're getting salt, okay? Don't overdo it, but this is the salt. You're then gonna add, which we're gonna do together, eggs, 2 eggs. I eat eggs every morning. And not that you guys asked what I eat for breakfast. I eat 3 eggs every morning and a piece of toast, okay? That is my morning breakfast every single day. So I always have eggs in the house, but I usually use extra large eggs. You can use extra large or large eggs, doesn't matter. These are large. I usually bake with large because most recipes are large, and that's what they call for. I always say to people, it's easier to bind the eggs if you let these get to a little room temperature, okay? So there's no real secret to that, right? Because then you'll end up with a hard-boiled egg. So just leave them out for, maybe for like an hour or so before. That's what I did. And they're pretty, I'd say they're not room temperature, but they're a little cooler than that, but they're in good shape. You're gonna add those eggs, salt, and here's the thing. This is the secret to this ingredient. Okay, or excuse me, to this recipe. And this is hard to find. This is when you're at Stop and Shop, search Stop and Shop. You guys are doing Instacarts right now, search Instacart. It is so hard to find. I searched Fresh Market, I searched Big Y, this is one before I made these, prior. Fresh Market, I searched Big Y, I searched Stop and Shop on a few occasions, nothing. Even around Thanksgiving when they have that extra stuff. This is the ingredient that makes these cookies awesome. It's maple extract. Can you make maple extract? Oh, and you can smell it once you open it. It honestly smells like a sap house. It smells great. Can you make maple extract? Sure, with maple syrup and a ton of time, effort, and coordination. Don't do it. I've heard horror stories of people trying to make this stuff, okay? Don't do it. It's not going to come out right. So buy the maple extract, okay? All right. So after this is all done, which we're almost there, I'd say we probably have maybe another minute or so, we're gonna add the salt, the eggs, the maple extract. Leave it alone for a minute, okay? We're gonna leave it alone for a minute. Drink your wine, leave it alone. And then we're gonna add in the flour, baking soda, baking powder, all that good stuff, which I'm gonna go grab the baking soda and take that out. You're gonna fold in your bacon and chocolate chips, not in a mixer. You're gonna fold them in with again, what kind of spoon do I always use? Wooden spoon, okay? Let me grab my baking soda and the wooden spoon, guys. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. Okay, so baking soda, wooden spoon, all right? So again, it's so important to this baking powder, guys, and baking soda. Don't forget, this is one of those recipes. And as I told you, I sometimes mess with recipes. This one was not this way, all right? Just FYI. Denise, I don't know. It's absolutely better than trying to make your own, or some people have actually been brave enough to try maple syrup. That will not work in this recipe. You will not get cookies. You will get mush. I don't know what the harm would be trying, and then maybe next week you can tell me if it worked out. I haven't used it. I would assume it should be no different than using imitation vanilla, right? And like a vanilla recipe calling for vanilla. I don't really know the difference. What's everybody drinking? Is everybody drinking good wine? Hopefully. This one's really, really, really good, guys. Honestly. So this one comes out of California, which is one of my faves, and it's a 2015 bottle. So again, the winner's gonna get a bottle of this. All right. So I think we're at probably that 4-minute timeline. We're gonna add our salt. I pre-measured out just to save us time. Half a teaspoon of the coarse kosher salt. You don't have to buy this brand, but coarse kosher salt. Okay. Just toss it in. Bam. You're gonna add your 2 eggs, one at a time. I wish you guys could see me do this because this is the one thing I actually mastered from a lot of cookie baking is I do it with one hand, so it's kind of cool. But you guys can't see it because if I do it, it'll mess up your view. So I'll show you when I get my new mixer and it's a little more versatile. All right, so those are all going around and around. And then you're gonna add, and I wish you could be in my kitchen because I just opened the maple extract to smell it. You guys saw me do that before. The whole kitchen smells like maple. So this stuff is like seriously, seriously, seriously strong. Do not get crazy. 2 teaspoons of it is like nuclear, which is what it calls for. And what I've used, and it works. But guys, do not go over. Remember I told you I love heavy pours? Not with this stuff, it's crazy. So I'm just gonna measure out 2 teaspoons. Which, guys, is not a small amount, by the way. Two teaspoons. Measured out. Guys, the whole house right now smells like maple. I'm just letting you know. If you love maple, oh my God, it's your recipe. I wish you could. And it's not sticky, so you get the maple-y effect and not sticky. I know some diabetics actually use maple extract to make their own syrup. For maple syrup, and I don't know why it's here, but it's out, I use this. This is like the best sugar-free maple syrup you can buy. And I'm from upstate New York, so I love the taste of Vermont maple syrup. So, all right. So we have our maple extract going in there. The whole house smells like maple. And you're gonna know you did it right when the whole house smells like maple. So we have our maple syrup in there, our salt and our eggs. It's going around. You have to add in the flour. Flour, 2.5 cups all-purpose. Guys, I'm telling you, I test these recipes with gluten-free flour. Do not use it. This will not work. I would have to do different measurements of that. So I appreciate the fact. That you know, you guys, a lot of people are gluten-free, and I will come up with some gluten-free recipes and put them on, and I will do some, and I will do good ones because I only do good ones. However, I assure you, in these recipes are not set for gluten-free. All right, so use all-purpose or don't make them always. I got a question. Why do you not put your eggs in a bowl first? Have you ever gotten an egg with blood in it? I've never gotten an egg with blood in it, ever. And I eat eggs every day. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen. However, for the chance of it happening, I would throw it all out and start over, just to be totally honest. It's habitual. I don't break them into a bowl. But if a recipe calls for the eggs to be beaten first, then of course I do it. But no, I've never gotten one. I've gotten twin yolks, but never blood. I think that would freak me out, but I've definitely heard of it happening. You're gonna slowly add in the flour. Guys, when it says slowly, it means slowly. And you're gonna see that, actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop this to show you guys what it looks like. Look at how fluffy this is. And I can only stop it for a second, but do you see how fluffy that is? Like, that is beautiful. It's fluffy. It looks like cotton candy, okay? And it smells like maple sugar cotton candy too. And like I said, I'm from upstate New York, so maple sugar cotton candy is like the thing to have up there, okay? I'm gonna move you guys a little this way so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so slowly we're gonna add in our flour, and it means it slowly, guys, so don't like dump a bunch. And it also, I mean, I got the new mixer because a 5-quart is not really big enough. And then what happens is it kind of kicks around the flour and it kind of makes a little bit of a mess. That's part of the reason why you should add it slowly. And the other part is really let it, like, you know, grab hold of it and get a better consistency. Because if you don't, then the cookie won't come out right, and then it's going to be a pain in the butt. How did you know which ones were double yolk eggs, Doreen? How do you know? Is there a way to know? I just get them by chance. It doesn't happen often, once in a blue moon. Like, did you open it and see it was double yolk and then say, hey, look, I'm selling a double yolk egg, or you knew it was going to be? Because that's interesting. All right. And you guys are going to see when I drink wine, I get warm and I get red. So there you go. All right. We're going to finish dumping in the flour. Again, we added it slowly, right? So it's still not even all in there yet. Good. And even though I put it in slow, I still somehow made a mess, because that's what happens. You're going to start hearing it make noise, because you guys all know this thing loves to make noise on me. All right. So we've added our flour. We're going to throw in our baking soda and our baking powder. Again, half a teaspoon of each, guys. I love the best cookie consistency is when, in my opinion, is when the half a teaspoon, right? Yep. Sorry, I have to like check my eyes for a second. Good. Is when the best consistency is when you have equal amounts of baking powder and baking soda in recipes that you want baking soda and baking powder in. If they don't call for both, then no. But I'm telling you, the best recipes are that. I'm just making sure I have my measurement correct, because here we go. So half a teaspoon of each, guys, okay? Half a teaspoon of the baking soda, half a teaspoon of the baking powder. So I have baking powder here, just throw it in. Just cycle it out, half a teaspoon of baking soda. All right, there we go. And just let it go for a minute, okay? You're getting it's getting a nice thick consistency, dense consistency, which is what you want, okay? Next, we're gonna take it out of there. We're gonna use our wooden spoon, and you're gonna see the thing shaking because that's what my machine does. And then we're gonna fold in our chocolate chips and our bacon, which is the best part. These cookies are cool. Guys, if you guys have never had these, you have to. There were types of chickens you raise. So certain chickens give double yolks, and eggs. It's very interesting, Doreen. I had no idea. I just thought it was by chance because we would get it would just crack it and it'd be in there. All right, so we're almost there, guys. I'm gonna just turn it up for a second. You're gonna see the thing probably shake a little bit, sorry. And then we're just gonna make sure that gets kicked around a bit. I'm gonna take my scraper, scrape down the sides. These scrapers are the best. You know where I get these, guys? I get these at the dollar store, okay? They're $1. Like Betty Crocker, which it wears off in 2 seconds. I get these, I've had these things for probably 2 years now, and they never fail. So again, dollar store, get these, and then you can throw them out if they break. But these have been probably some of the best scrapers I've had, and the cheapest. All right, so we're gonna just take this out. I'm gonna show you what this all looks like and all this other good stuff. All right. I understand why these chefs on TV may need a recording studio because they need cameras everywhere so you guys don't miss anything. But I'll show you what this looks like, and then we'll talk about folding it in and all that other good stuff. So here you go. Here's your batter, and cookie dough. Good. All right. I always round up for chocolate chips, right? We know that about me by now. So they want a cup, so we're probably gonna put in, I don't know, a cup and a half, something along these lines. So we're gonna, and it's gotta be the semi-sweet morsels, guys. It's the truth. Do not use anything else. So this is a 1/4 cup, by the way. 1/4 cup thing I'm measuring out with, so don't think I'm putting in too much. So we're at 3/4. So this is what they call for as a cup. And then we're gonna add an extra heaping one for good measure, because why not? Then we're gonna add the bacon, okay? You wanna fold these in at the same time. So we're gonna add the bacon, see, all this good stuff. So probably something that most of us have never done unless we made this cookie is add chocolate, bacon, and amazing batter together. And you're gonna fold it. You're gonna fold it for a lot of reasons. One, when you put it in a mixer, the dough soaks up the fat from the bacon and it changes the consistency. So you wanna just make sure you're folding it so the bacon gets everywhere, right? Because we have enough bacon. You've baked at this point probably 6 strips of bacon. And it's like candy. So I will be honest, the first batch I burned because I forgot about it for a minute. And you cannot use burnt bacon in this recipe, guys, or it's not gonna work. And my wife ate all of it, the 4 strips I had, because it tasted like candy. So what I'm smelling right now, and you guys can't, but this is what it looks like, right? Bacon, chocolate chips, all that good stuff. It smells like, we're actually redoing the kitchen. Scott, thank you though. It smells like maple syrup, a chocolate chip pancake, and it smells like a chocolate chip pancakes with bacon, to be totally honest, with syrup on it. Real syrup, because maple extract is meant to smell and taste like real syrup. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get my cookie sheet, which I didn't take out earlier, and some parchment paper. We're gonna make some stuff, we're gonna throw them in, and then wait till they come out. You guys have to see them when they come out. That's the best part. Hold on. I'm gonna grab my cookie sheets. All right, cookie sheets. So I was asked a question last week, and I think it's important that I talk about the question, okay? So I was asked what I think of these Silpat things. I don't like them, to be totally honest. It's weird for me. I don't like them. I like doing old school parchment paper or cam or something. I don't like them. Some people love them. They're used often. I mean, a lot of the chefs use them. I don't like them. It's weird. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't like them. And I know a lot of people that don't like them either. So you're gonna always take your rings off. I always do. I had a friend of mine who was making cookies and lost her ring in the cookies. And then they found it when the child ate the cookies. So take your rings off, okay? All right, and wait until you see the new kitchen, guys. You have to see the new kitchen. We've been working on it. So this whole wall is coming out behind me. It's gonna be a big open bar, and our garage is behind us. And we're turning that into a big, like, comfy living room with a stone wall and all this other good stuff. So you'll see the transformation I might actually have to go to to one of the local hotels to use an all-inclusive kitchen, or we may rent a kitchen to do these in between, because we're not going to stop these when COVID's over, because they've had such good review, and we're getting like thousands of views every week. Share it, invite people, like it. Number one, not only do you get an education, but we have fun, right? And you get a free bottle of wine. So, I mean, it doesn't suck. All right. So you're going to just, again, parchment paper on this. Don't use Pam. I don't care if it's a nonstick pan. I don't care. Okay. You're going to just roll these. And guys, by the way, if you've made my s'mores cookies yet, if you haven't, I can do them next week again if you want. Does anybody have a vote? Do you guys want me to do s'mores cookies again next weekend, or you want me to do something else? Because I'm happy to do s'mores cookies next week if you guys want. I make them actually most weeks because I have friends request them every week. So if you guys would like for me to remake the s'mores cookies, if you missed it that 1 week, I'm happy to do it. Those are my most popular. And the big joke is that when I retire, if I ever retire practicing from law, I'm going to rent a little bed and breakfast or something, and I'm going to open a little bakery. It's going to be called Brookie's Cookies, because apparently that's my second job, right? So I love to make the s'mores cookies. If you guys have any interest in wanting to see them, let me know and I'll do them again, okay, next week. All right, something else, okay. Well, I can do something else too. See the consistency, guys? It's not sticking to my hands too much, right? My hands are not like crazy. And look, so do you see the bacon and the chocolate? So wait, hold on. Do you see the red bacon right there at the top of the chocolate chip? See? It's awesome. These cookies are amazing. And they're really good to have in the morning with a cup of coffee. It's like a little breakfast, right? But kind of not. All right. So yeah, the kitchen will be redone. The big unraveling, if this COVID thing ever gets over, is probably going to be sometime in the early fall, maybe mid-fall, if I am lucky. I don't know, maybe I'm a little optimistic. But I got to be honest, we're busy. My office is very busy. We are settling cases like we've never settled cases before. And we are so efficient. I surprised myself. And I honestly, as a business owner, you're proud when I can make awesome peanut butter cookies, Brenda. You're proud when you've made decisions, you took money out of your own pocket to make decisions to benefit your office. And you never know if it's going to come to fruition, if you're ever going to need it, but you hope it doesn't, but you do. And then something like COVID hits, and it's put you ahead of the competition because you did the right thing by yourself, by your clients, and by your business to invest early instead of line your own pocket. So I got to tell you, as a business owner, it's honestly like, it's emotional almost to see the fact that when your good decisions pay off for you and your business and your company. I make a chocolate peanut butter chip cookie that is probably, I bet it is. And I'm happy to make it on air if you want to send me the recipe next week. I'll take a look at it. I always do a test run. So if you want me to make your recipe, I'm happy to do it. I'll give you some street cred for that. No problem. I love doing other recipes. Brookies are actually, I know they are. Dave, I learned about that when I was in Miami, Florida. They had brookies and we were joking about it, but it's actually a brownie cookie brookie. All right, look, see, beautiful color. Guys, you can't see the top. I'm going to show you a couple of these because these are cool. You can't see the top, but like, look at all the bacon. You see that? Like, you guys, if you're not drooling, you should be. And they smell like maple. They're 10 to 12 minutes. Sorry, my phone rang. I had to turn off. 10, 12 minutes. So we're going to throw them in, and then we're going to talk about the law, because that's fun, right? And that's what we should be doing. So let me wash my hands, and then I'm going to show you guys something really cool. Thanks to a friend of ours who has been making masks for friends, healthcare workers, and everybody else. We have this amazing thing. Check this out. So, Goff law group masks, right? We gotta put it over the nose. So, guys, if you know a healthcare worker that needs a mask, you know anybody that needs a mask, here they are. So, here they are. We ordered the material special through a company called Spoon Flour, I think, or something. And here they are. Bam. So I'm proud to unveil the Goff Law Group masks, and we're going to make them available to healthcare workers, any of my clients. If you work in the healthcare profession, I will mail you one. I will priority mail it because you need it much more than most of us do. And if you have a compromised immune system or you can't get your hand on a mask or whatever the case might be, tell us, and I will get you one. I think we have probably enough material, like 100, maybe a little more. A very good friend of ours. Oh yeah, Larry, I'll totally send you one. And guys, this is not about marketing, okay? It's not. I had fun with it because of course it's awesome. I mean, I like our logo. I think it's cool. But clearly I designed it. So it's not about advertising. I don't expect people to see, oh, Goff Law Group, I'm gonna call them with my case. I expect people to see that we care about the community. We care about you guys, right? Healthcare workers, whoever it is. And I think it's just very important that you guys understand that. So I have a couple here. These are our prototypes at our proof. And I am totally happy to give these out to you guys. Happy to, in fact. It'd be my honor to be able to do so. If you're a first responder or wherever you are, or an essential worker, you guys know about the new mask rule that's out. Let me know. We all know that, we're all doing our best to try to stay inside, right? My hair needs some serious, my hairdresser was actually on here before, needs a cut. She's in Florida, so Lord only knows when that's going to happen for me. But we're all in it together, and we all got to chill it out and stay together, and that's that. I've been asked by a few people about workers' compensation, and people are getting nervous that they're getting furloughed or losing their jobs, if it's going to affect their comp case. Gail, I'm happy to send you some. Just send me a message, guys. Message us privately. Just say, look, I'd like a few, and I'm happy to provide them to you. And the answer is no. If you're furloughed or let go and you're on workers' comp, it's not gonna affect you. It can affect not you, but the employer more. But that shouldn't be your concern. Your concern should be you. I will tell you what we're seeing in workers' comp as far as trends. I'm settling. So let me just tell you guys something about comp, because most of you that have had a case know about it. It's very difficult to get the attention of the defense attorney prior to a hearing. So we always have to go to these BS hearings all the time that we really shouldn't have to go to, but we have to go because the other side won't respond to us, right? And we want to settle a case. They're knocking our doors down to settle, guys, all right, which is great. So we've had multiple demands out on many files, and finally we're just getting wildfire, and it's not crappy money. You guys have to understand, a demand, settling a case is great, but if it's for crappy money, who cares? Most of you guys probably ride around, not now, but normally, ride around the highways and everything else. Yes, I have a billboard. I would love to send you one, Dave. Send me your address, please. Yes, I have billboards everywhere. Fine, great. But there are some attorneys that market themselves, I believe, the wrong way, saying, look, get money fast, quickest settlement fast, the whole thing. Fine. Guys, you pay the price for that. You pay the price for a quick settlement. Because look, if all settlements were quick, don't you think everybody would do it? So for instance, a lot of those firms make money because they settle your case for 20% of the value. But, right, if they've only had it for 3 or 4 months, right, and they can get 20% of the value, what do they have to lose? Nothing. You're losing. The firm is going to be able to take your, let's say your case is worth 50 grand. They're going to settle it for probably 10 to 15, early, real quick, fast. Guys, there are other options for you. You can take out pre-settlement funding loans. We're starting a podcast. We're going to have somebody on there that does that. I don't recommend pre-settlement funding loans. I don't. And most attorneys should not. They're higher interest. However, it's important to work with a law firm that has a relationship with a good company that knows their stuff and they're not out to screw people. So we have a relationship with a couple of those companies, right? So understand that pre-settlement funding loans, some people don't have a choice. Guys, I could represent John Smith and John Smith loses his job. That's not John's fault, right? Not John's fault at all. But I'd rather him take out a $5,000 or $2,500 loan to just get through a couple months of hard times until he gets reemployed, then settle the case for 15 grand when it's worth 50. Honestly, if any attorney that will do that, that says a lot about their ethics, and in my opinion, that's malpractice, okay? If a case is worth 50 grand, I'm gonna say, client John Smith, your case is worth 50. These are your other options. Boom, 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 boom. Because who benefits the most by a quick settlement? Do you think it's the client? Do you think you as the client benefits the most by a quick settlement, but for 20% of the value of the case? No way. The attorney benefits. The attorney gets quick money, boom. Quick money fast, yeah, for who? The attorney, your money's crap. So you have to understand, you hear these stories about, oh, so-and-so got this much money and that much money. Trust me, if you read a good outcome, that's because they had a good lawyer, number one. or that's also because they didn't get that in 5 minutes, guys. Insurance companies, as your file ages in the third party realm, so car accidents, slip and falls, it gets other sets of eyes, the value can increase, right? So some insurance companies won't offer any more than X if it settles within 6 months. And then that goes up. Any more than Y if it goes up, if it goes in 12 months. And then as it goes longer, they set these standards. However, not every case, right? I've had cases where the policy limit's $100,000 and I settle it for what? I settle it for $100,000 in 5 months. Now I work for it, but I settle it for $100,000 in 5 months. Why? Because I'm able to. We're able to do it. It's so important that you understand that you pay the price for quick sell. If it seems too good to be true, right? We've all learned this in life and in jobs and everything else, or prices of things, quality. You pay for what you get. You want an attorney that's going to run real quick to the bank? I'll give you a story. I'm not going to tell you who it was. A woman was referred to me. A couple of friends of mine referred her over. Car can get you money lightning fast. He had an offer of $3,500 and he said, take it. I can do this. I can do this. Normally, look, he was involved in the whole thing and he's got to get a fees, right? Normally, if that case came in my office first, I would have told her what to do to try to help herself. No problem. Didn't do that because she was already repped before. Let's just do what we can do, right? Fine. So I've had the case now for 9 months, right? I've worked it up. I drafted a complaint. I sent it to the insurance company and said, this is what's going to be coming at your insured if we don't figure this out between the two of us, right? Fine. I've sent in the meds. I've sent in everything. I just settled that case for $10,000. Now, guys, that may not seem like a lot, but from $3,500 to $10,000, that is astronomical. When I say astronomical, I mean astronomical. $3,500 to $10,000, okay? That's gonna make all the difference for this woman. She's walking with an additional, I don't know, $4,000. And I called the other attorney to say, look, I settled it for this. I'd really like to get her as much money in her pocket. And he goes, oh, well, maybe we should split it half and half. And I'm like, wait, so $3,500, you would have gotten what? We'll say $1,100. Is that right? $1,200, something like that? $1,200, we'll say. And you want half of $3,300 when I did all the work and I got her more money. How about not and pretend you did, right? Because why would you make money off of my skill set not happening? So we went to bat about it and he's getting $1,000. And honestly, that's more than he deserves. He deserves nothing because he tried to steer this woman the wrong way. I'm all for healthy competition in this business. Guys, we all benefit from healthy competition in business, right? From all of us, whatever you do for a living, we all benefit. However, good healthy competition. I'm not out for people that screw people. And if you guys see me on TV, you guys see me on the billboard, you hear me on the radio, whatever, I call people out on it every day. I'll say who you are, put your money where your mouth is, or go home. And don't, because, a bad personal injury attorney, guys, a bad workers' comp attorney can ruin your life. Hold on, I'm just going to check these. They look amazing and they smell even better. And they probably have like 2 minutes left. So, does anybody have any questions? Because I can just talk because I'm a lawyer. That's what we do, right? So I was asked last week, a couple of people had some questions about some verdicts, what kind of verdicts we've been seeing. What I thought about in the workers' comp realm, because a lot of you guys have questions about comp cases, what I thought about is doing a mock case for you guys. So literally putting together a mock case, putting the materials online. Hi, Grayson. That's my son. Putting materials online. Daisy outside.
Penny and Daisy.
Yeah, they're outside. My dog's outside. Putting together a mock case, getting you guys.
Penny there?
She's just visiting. Giving you guys the papers and everything else, giving you guys the forms you would need, all these other things, so that you guys can actually see what a case looks like from beginning to end, and then I can walk you guys all through it. Hey, look, this is a mock case. Attorneys call me and say, Brooke, why are you talking to clients this way? Why are you telling these people these things? It's going to affect my bottom line. And I said, a good lawyer educates their people and gets hired because clients want to hire them, not because they need to hire them. That is key, okay? So you have to remember, sure, you can, when we go to law school, that's our job. Our job is to educate you guys and to talk to people about their legal rights. And sure, you can, as an attorney, you can just try to basically play on people's ignorance of the law and then try to sign them up and all this other stuff and da-da-da, but it's not the right thing to do. You get far in this business when you do the right thing, okay? If you don't do the right thing, it's going to backfire on you. Then, my grandmother used to say, if somebody has a really good experience with you, they might tell one person, and that person might tell a person, and it's a person. If they have a bad experience with you, they will tell 10. There is so much truth to that statement. I can't even tell you guys in words. So much truth to that statement, okay? So again, you get what you pay for, guys. There's no such thing as an amazing deal in personal injury. There's such thing as great lawyers, not great deals, all right? We all make the same amount of money anyways as far as per case. So it's a third on personal injury, 20% on workers' comp. So it's not like you guys are gonna window shop. You just have to find the right lawyer for you. So again, I'm gonna check on these to see where they are. We are very close. I would say maybe a couple minutes. Maybe a minute. So what's everybody having for dinner? Is anybody doing anything good for dinner? I'm having steak. I will tell you, my wife should come on here and do a cooking show. I keep telling her she should because she makes amazing sides. She has me into they're pureed parsnips. Have you guys had these things? I've never had pureed parsnips before, ever in my life. And then she made them one day. Oh, actually, no, my sister-in-law made them one day, actually. Right? Alicia made them. Yeah, my sister-in-law made them one day. I tried them. Amazing. Like, when I say amazing, I mean, like, I know we all are tired of cooking during, okay? So let's make the best. Amazing. And David, I had that yesterday. And cereal's good too. And let me tell you, pureed parsnips. Is anybody interested? Do you guys want me to post the recipe? Because I can totally make her write it up and I can post it. You have got to bring her into, I need some new side ideas. She totally will. So let me tell you a story. My wife is actually a defense attorney. She's on the other side of the law, okay? And she created a website years ago called, because she cooks. That's her hobby. She cooks, I bake, very different. And she created a website called Restaurant on Trial. And it's actually very cute. What she was doing is she was, I mean, she could explain it more, but she was basically cooking these recipes and then naming them after like justices or like members of the Supreme Court or whatever, and like putting recipes together and kind of making it all about the law, whatever. And she's shaking her head as if I have it wrong, but whatever. The point is this, it was cute. It's a good, I bake, like I'll be over here baking for holidays and she'll be cooking everything. But pureed parsnips are a big favorite. She makes mashed cauliflower too, which is awesome. The problem that I have is I always want to make sure my sides are just important as my my main dish. So I tend to forget that I have things, and I'll buy like 5 heads of cauliflower, and then I end up having to throw it out, or not all of it, but some of it, or I have to eat cauliflower for days, and I don't eat leftovers. Again, guys, I'm gonna hand this over, but the wine Phantom. Honestly, guys, it's a super awesome bottle. I think it's $20 to $25. I think it's a 93 rating. I got this bottle at either Stu Leonard's or Costco. I might have got this one at Stu Leonard's. There you go. Bam. All right. So I'm going to check on these because I think they're done and they smell awesome. Again, and look at how much. So we made 12 and look how much we still have left. So I can make probably another 12. And you guys probably wonder what I do with all these because I'm sure not eating them. All of my friends all over town will tell you that I do cookie runs. So I put them all in individual bags with little messages on them or their names on them or happy faces or sometimes nothing. And I drop them in their mailboxes, social distancing, right? Normally I used to use it as an excuse to see them and say hi and all this other business, but with all this COVID business, that doesn't work out. So I deliver cookies all around town. We talked to our son about doing it and why we do it and how it's kindness. So we number 1, keep him occupied during this time. 2, teach him a lesson. And 3, I can give to my friends. These are done. So I'm going to pull these out and then you guys can take a look and tell me what you think. Perfect. You want them to be a little, just making sure, guys, hold on. Yeah, I think these are. I'm going to give these 30 seconds. They're done, trust me, but I'm going to give them 30 seconds. They're a little too mushy in the middle. And guys, you gotta remember, you gotta take them off of the baking sheet. If you're not bakers, understand that they will continue cooking on the baking sheet. Okay, you gotta get these. Here we go, boom. These are, I don't know, you can probably get these at the dollar store too, but you can get them anywhere for like $5. I don't care where you go. You gotta get these, you gotta get them off that baking sheet. Unless you need to cook them a little longer, which is what I could have done with those. I would have normally left them on there for a few minutes, but I have you guys here. Unless you wanna cook them a little longer, you gotta get them off because that's how you get that like weird, like burny kind of smell around the edges, and then they become crunchy. You want them soft. These cookies are meant to be soft. You have bacon grease, of course they're meant to be soft. So I'm gonna take them out. Bam. Okay. So I'm gonna move the phone, not to get anybody dizzy, but so you guys can all see them. Here we go. Now you can see me. Hold on. Bad angle. How do I do? Oh, I gotta do it this way. There you go. Can you guys see them? Perfect. All right, now I'll hold them up. So they smell like chocolate chip cookies. They smell like a little bit of bacon. And then they smell like chocolate chip cookies, bacon, and then you can kind of get like a waft of the maple. It's not as strong as it was, but that's normal. Hold on. Let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna get these off my, that kind of defeated that purpose there. I'm gonna get a spatula. See, and you guys are gonna see the edges are nice and brown. My new kitchen, I'm totally going to build in like a whole little section here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to build in some tripods. It's going to come out of the island or something. And then you guys can see what's happening. It'll be cool because all my clients will tell you I'm innovative. So Helen, do you want some of these? I can drop some of these off at the restaurant if you want to give them to your people. All right. So first, always smell. Second, look. So here's the nice brown color. See there? That's what you want. And then, I know it's weird. Here is what they're gonna look like on top. See? You can actually, in a couple of these, you can actually see the bacon. I'll give you one, guys. Hold on. You can see the bacon at the top. Hold on. Can you guys see it there? Yeah, there it is. Bam. They're awesome. Sarah was on my list of drop-offs one day. Sarah, you wanna be on this list? I have a 7-year-old that's been homeschooled for 7 weeks or whatever it's been at this point. It feels like 3 years. So if you want a drop-off, I can make a drop-off. I can add you to my list because I'm probably going to have 24 of these bad boys. So if you want to be on the list, let me know. Yes, definitely. Oh, yeah, Helen, I'll make another batch and I'll bring them over for you tomorrow, okay? Actually, yeah, I'll drop them off in the morning for you. And even if you don't give them to your people instead, if you give them to you and Cesar and the child, that's fine too. I won't tell anybody. Yes, Dave is a few houses from me. I'm happy to drop some off. Happy to, in fact, Sarah, if you want some. So I have Sarah, and then I'm going to drop some off with some friends. If any of you guys are in West Hartford, let me know. Or around here, I'm happy to drop them at your doorstep. I do this all the time. It's fun. I'm going to get little Goff Law Group cookie bags, and then people that participate, I'll offer to drop them off. I like to, trust me, these days, any reason I can take the top off the Jeep and get the child in the car to get him out of the house and stop telling me how horrible I am as a teacher, I'm all for it. So, Karen, that's great. Guys, look, if you tell me ahead of time, I'll bake some extra. I have no problem mailing some to you, okay? So I talked about the masks too, right? My wife's holding up the mask. So guys, here they are, bam. And these are a triple layer and they have a pocket. So that's what this is supposed to be, is my understanding. Larry, I will have yours on the way. Thank you. He's a first responder. You guys, anybody need, they have the nice thick elastic on the side. And anybody that wants one, tell me and I will get it to you. Take a selfie of you wearing it, please. I would appreciate that. It makes me feel good to be able to help the community whenever I can. And again, these are triple layered. I'll mail them to you. All right. And guys, look, any essential employees, that includes our grocers, our bankers, obviously our first responders, but I have all the respect in the world for the nurses, the first responders, all of you. You guys, what you're doing is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. But there's also grocers, bankers, people out there that have to process documents, restaurant owners that are doing takeout. Again, like you, Helen, you guys want a mask? I am happy to drop them. If you need one, sure. We're gonna have about probably close to 100 of them. So we're making them as we go. So I'm gonna learn how to sew, I'm told. So I'm all for it. Whenever I can learn a new art, great. For all you know, we'll have a sew and bake or sew and sip or whatever next year. Who knows? Yes, Sue, you can get a mask. Message me, guys. You want a mask? Message me, please. Share the video, guys. Share this video. It's fun. I can now pick it up. It's not going to fall apart. They're awesome. Check out you can't see this on the bottom, but like here's one with like 2 awesome big pieces of bacon in it. And I think Angie's like salivating over here. So she's like, that one's mine. These are great. So this is my thing, guys. We all have a thing, right? This is my thing. Message me your address for a mask. If you live near West Hartford, I'm happy to drop some cookies off. If not this week, next week, I'll fit you guys in, no problem. And we'll go from there. Doreen wants me to take a bite. Fine, I'll take a bite. Sure. Okay. So I want to get the bacon bite. Well, that was so good. And look, can you see the bacon inside? Well, that's so good. Okay. There you go. Done. Guys, have a great night. Enjoy. It's beautiful outside. Thank God. Enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of your days. Stay well. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Wear your mask out. And let us know. Send us a message. Share the video. The more viewers, the better each week gets. I'll message you for the bottle of wine, whoever wins. And guys, thanks for following along. It's been great. I think we got up to 35 viewers today, so that's awesome. And the more you share it, the more people keep watching it, the more we can grow it. Thanks, Helen. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy. Have a nice day.